This podcast is sponsored by Scout and Cellar. Clean, crafted wine delivered to your door. Must be 21 years of age or older and only delivered in the U.S. Oh, hello there. Welcome to Life Coaching Comedians. I'm your transformational life coach, Alexis Charday. And today I have a new client joining me for some therapy. She is naively optimistic. Please give it up for Carole Freeman. Hi, Carole.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. You took me on as a client. This is so good. I need so much help.
Oh, well, tell me what's bothering you today.
My life is amazing. It's perfect. It's so great. Except for my dating life. I can't figure out why I keep making the bad choices, why I'm only attracted to terrible men, why they're attracted to me. It's always the same bad choice, but everything else is amazing and perfect. So if I could just figure out this one piece, then so I'm so excited you took me on as a client because I need some serious help.
Yeah, I would love to help you. And this is right up my alley because this is something I've been working on myself. I haven't found the one yet, so I don't know if I'll give you the best advice, but I'll sure try. So,
Great.
Carole, how much do you really love yourself?
Oh wait, we have to talk about this. I don't know what's the scale.
From a scale of 1 to 10.
Hmm. Like 10 bottles of Tito's. Is that the scale we're going on? Yeah, I love myself a 10.
Okay.
Maybe like an 8.5 because I feel like this is a pattern that keeps repeating in my life and I haven't been able to
Mm-hmm.
figure it out. So I'll take off 1.5 points for not being able to break a pattern. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, the reason why we're unable to break the pattern is because we haven't learned the lesson yet, so to
Mm.
speak. So, tell me a little bit more about these characteristics in these men, the pattern that you're seeing. Have you
Mm.
identified all the patterns or just some of them?
Yes. One of the patterns is that they've got criminal records, and it's
Mm-hmm.
is as much as I want it to be like a recent pattern. It's like, oh, just this one bad choice. Then I look all the way back, even to my son's dad from 25 years ago, 26 years ago. I was 23 years old, and he taught me the meaning of the word incarcerated. And I was like, oh, that's a cute word. What does that mean? And I still married him. And
Okay.
several other examples over the last 26 years of my life where it's just like, why do I make this choice?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's one pattern. Maybe they're just so hot that I think um, that they're just misunderstood. I make
Mm-hmm.
excuses for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And another pattern is, men that are kind of hot. They treat me well. They take care of me in the bedroom, but also they're just emotionally unavailable. Um,
Mm-hmm.
those
Mm-hmm.
those are very hot guys. Let's see what else. Oh, and then there's the poor saps that are extremely codependent that are very attracted to me because they want a woman that's just going to take charge and tell them everything to do. But
Mm.
that after I figure out that's who they are, then they're not attractive to me anymore at all, and they're very annoying. So,
Okay. Okay.
so
So codependency,
mhm.
emotionally unavailable. What are some other like personality traits that you find?
Hmm. Well, those are the big three categories.
Okay.
Yeah, codependent. Those men in the beginning, they're amazing. Like they worship you, They on the surface seem like they have everything in common with you and they love the same things that you love and they
Mhm.
just treat you really amazingly, but it turns out that they're only doing that because their whole self identity is in trying to be exactly what they think that other person wants. Um,
Mm.
so, and then the, let's see, the, what was one of the other ones? Yeah. Wait, I
I'm
forgot my
just
three types.
mirroring. I'm just mirroring
Yeah,
you.
it's a good therapy technique. All of a sudden, I feel very taken care of, very heard.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, yeah, the emotional available. Oh yeah, I know about them. They're kind of wounded. They're, you know, um, if I could just love them the right way, then all will be right in their world, and I could heal them too. So, yeah,
Mm.
trying to save them.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Would you say that you're a chaser?
Mm. No, not at all.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I
Now,
if they don't want me, I'm like, all right, I'm done.
okay, good, good, good. Now, with all those characteristics that you just listed that you find in these men that are not good for you, which of those characteristics do you see in yourself? And it doesn't have to be a direct reflection, but maybe in a different sort of way.
Mm. Wait, we have to actually do work here on this session? Oh my god.
Mm,
No, it's I
mhm,
think that they're the
mhm.
ones with the problems. I didn't think I had to look at myself here.
Oh, come on now, Carol.
Um,
Let's take a big, deep look in the mirror because you love yourself and you're beautiful. Take a look in it. Soak it all up.
I'm looking for a mirror right now. Wait, no, so ask me more what am I
Okay,
supposed
so
to look
let's
at?
let's start with the codependency,
Mm,
okay?
mm, mm.
Now, I'm assuming, but I don't want to make an ass out of you or me, but I am assuming that you do not find yourself codependent in relationships. Am I right?
Correct. We look back
Okay.
to family patterns and my mother was the one that was codependent and took
Mm-hmm.
care of all that and uh I'm not the one who is the one trying to morph myself into something I'm not to please the other person. So,
Okay. Now, maybe not in your personal relationships, but what about your peers, coworkers? Do you find yourself worried about your reputation and what other people think, or as a comedian?
mm, mm. Well, of course, like is somebody a stone brick wall if they don't care what other people think? I don't know.
Okay. What do you find yourself caring about?
Mm, I want to get booked on shows. I want to be funny. I want to make the audience laugh. And,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
those things are important. And if you're not delivering the goods, then nobody's going to keep booking you on other shows.
I agree. Do you believe that as a comedian that you are truly your authentic self on stage?
Mm, I don't think that's a good thing to be 100% authentic. You've got to have a persona. You've got to lean into that. You've got to twist the reality of whatever you're telling a joke about to make it find the funny in it. And so um, it's not going to be the same. My jokes on stage are not going to be the same experience as me one on one with my friends. That's definitely true. So I would say, no, I'm not being authentic on stage. That's not what I'm trying to be.
Well, what's wrong with just being yourself on stage? I mean, of
Mm.
course, yes, we embellish stories, we find the funny, take other stories, but as far as you being you on stage, are you that?
Mm. Mm. Well, that's not what I see stand-up comedy as. Is that crap
Okay.
trying to be authentic? I'm authentic with my friends when I'm hanging out with them, but
Mm-hmm,
when
mm-hmm,
I'm
mm-hmm.
on stage, that's a whole different show going on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, the audience can feel when
Mm,
something is coming from an authentic place, whether it's
mm,
100% authentic or just a little bit. But I just want you to think, I just want to get your mind running, so to speak, about different ways that you can be codependent. It's not just in a relationship, it's not just trying to please your mom. It can be about, wanting to have a reputation and, yeah, wanting to think that people think you're funny. I mean, if you can make yourself laugh, there's someone else out there you're going to make laugh too. So maybe just dive in a little bit deeper in there and see which ways you're codependent. Do you find yourself dependent on anyone other than yourself for anything in life?
Are you saying I'm going to find my man in an audience at a show? Ah,
It's possible.
I
It's
hadn't even thought
possible.
about that.
Mm.
I'm going to start scoping the crowd from now on and just taking notes and yeah, I'm going to
Well, I think that's part of our problem too. For those of us that are hopeless romantics, wondering when the love of our life is going to come, I think we shouldn't be looking for it.
mm,
If we're truly working on loving ourselves and living in the moments, abundance will flow in all areas of our life, including love.
hmm. So I just need to wait another 15 years of not looking and then when I'm ready to pick out a casket, I'll have the man there that's ready to do that with me. I can't wait. That's going to be so fun.
Well, Carol, if you say that, then that's going to be your reality. You have to
Mm,
be very careful with your words. How do you talk about your love life? What do you
mm.
find yourself saying the most?
What do I say? Well, I authentically on stage, I talk about the um, unbelievable, crazy dudes I've gone out with and the things that they say.
Hmm.
I kind
Hmm.
of morph them all into one because, like, if I actually just shared all the stories individually, people just start to groan and moan. They can't
Hmm.
believe that's
Hmm.
actually true. So, and lately I just put the energy out that I'm just really happy being single. Like, I'm not actually looking for anyone because I'm just happy with myself and I don't need anybody except for that my molding came off the other day and I really could have used somebody to nail that back on for me. But otherwise, like I'm fine. I'm just fine by myself. I've
That's
got
good.
two cats and
I have two pussies as well. Aren't they amazing?
so sweet. They're
We're
getting
so
pretty
much alike. We should hang out sometime. Do you like wine?
yes, it's the show sponsor. It's funny. I'll have to tell you more about that some other time. I recognize that brand for sure. Yes.
Yes, it's great, great wine. Well, I love that you are loving being single. But also, if you are wanting to find or
Mm,
attract the love of your life into your life, there are things that you can do to do that.
mm.
Have you ever heard of the term manifestation?
Yes. I mean, can you see the books behind me? They're good vibes
Yeah.
only. And that one says something else positive and motivating. I can't see what it is, but yeah. Yeah. What else do I have? That's, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, I mean, working on those positive manifestations. I mean, I would even consider maybe taking out some of those jokes about dating crazy men, even though that's
Mm,
an
mm,
authentic experience, you keep speaking it into
mm, mm,
existence?
mm.
So maybe instead write jokes about what you fantasize about with your
Mm.
ideal man.
That would not be very funny.
Oh, I don't know. You
I
could
have a great relationship and he took me to Tahiti and we get along well. Yawn, boring.
You
Boring,
just got
boring.
to find some funny stuff in there. You can do it, Carol. You can do it. But I
Mm,
challenge you to try not doing that material for like a month or so and see what
mm,
happens. I'm sure you
mm,
got tons of material that you can do.
mm, mm. Yeah. Well, I mean, my whole persona is self-deprecating, so I got to find something else to make fun of then. So,
A little self-deprecation's okay, but let's try to be more loving
Mm.
towards the love section,
Do
if you
you
get my drift.
do you have a recommendation of like a comedian that does like jokes that way? I just need a model to follow then. Like who's somebody that's telling jokes about how great their life is and perfect their
Ellen
relationship is?
DeGeneres.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Is she
I
still
don't know
doing
if
stand up? She's still doing
she
stand up
had a
work?
special come out a couple years ago, and they say like there are a lot of comedians and people are saying Kevin Hart isn't as funny anymore because he doesn't know how to relate to his audience and he's just talking about being rich. And I could agree to that. But Ellen's last stand-up special that was released on Netflix a couple years ago, she talked about being rich too, but it
Mm,
was funny. And she's a clean comedian too. So it's
mm,
good, clean, fun.
mm,
But yeah, she talks about how great her life is. I
mm,
forgot that one lady's name. She's gorgeous, caramel. She kind of looks like Maya Rudolph with the big hair. I forget. She talks a lot about being fabulous, and
mm.
they're out there. They're out there.
So I just need to totally reinvent myself. All right. My whole
Maybe, maybe
start
not.
from
I'm just
scratch.
I'm just saying, your words are spells, darling. So
Mm,
everything that you speak, you're speaking into existence. So if you keep
mm,
telling jokes about dating incarcerated men, guess what, honey? You're gonna keep dating incarcerated men.
It's been a couple years.
That's good. That's good
Yeah,
progress.
yeah,
Progress. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So what else? I mean, how's your relationship with your father?
Um, I mean, this is going to go out on the internet. We can't talk about that.
That's fine if you're not
Yeah,
comfortable.
yeah. It's something private that don't want to get in trouble with. So yeah,
Of course, I
yeah.
completely understand.
He's
There's been times I've talked
he's
about my
great.
mother and she didn't like it, but
Yeah.
I would say, without getting into detail, if you aren't already, work on fostering that relationship the best you can. I mean, I have daddy issues, believe me.
Mm, mm,
I had my biological father that wasn't around, and then I had my
mm,
stepfather who was around, and he was a
mm,
great dad, but we are affected by our parents, and
mhm,
they do the best that they can with what they know.
mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Do you meditate?
Oh yes. Every
Good.
day by the pool. It's part of my ritual every day.
Do you do any hip openers, stretches, yoga where you focus on opening up the hips?
Mm. That's a sunbathing pose with the leg out. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you could do that.
yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
So I recommend the pigeon pose, the frog pose,
Mm,
and to really surrender into those poses because that is opening up your base chakra. Are you familiar with the chakras, Carole?
can you send me home with some like pamphlets or like some handouts or something so I can visualize
Yeah.
it better? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I'll explain it to you. So, we have these energy centers in our body that correlate to our spirit, and we have 7 of them. And it starts at at your tailbone, underneath the lady parts, and it's called the base chakra. Then it goes to your sacral chakra. That's where your ovaries are. And those are all your sex organs. And then
Mm,
you have your solar plexus chakra, which is in the solar plexus. And that is the relationship to yourself and being bold. And then you have your heart chakra, which is your heart. You love loving yourself and loving everyone else. Then you have your throat, which I imagine your throat chakra must be strong. Being a female stand-up comedian, we have to have that voice. And then we have our third eye chakra, which allows us to see into the other side. And then we have our crown chakra, which ties us to source, God, universe, whatever you believe, the higher power, and helps you, bring in all the programming to your spiritual life. So that base chakra is really the first chakra that's developed when you become a little human. And that has everything to do with your relationships with your tribe, so to speak, so your parents. So clearly there's a little bit of a touchy issue with the base chakra. So if you're doing some stretches to really open up those hips, and you do some deep breathing and release all that tension, you can release years of trauma. And while you're healing yourself, you're also healing your parents. Now, isn't that delightful?
Sounds like a lot of responsibility to heal them too. Like chakras, is that like the chakra thing? Like, I mean, I've had a boyfriend that taught me about that. Is that the same thing? Like chakra?
No, it's a little different, but the chakra can affect the chakras in a positive way.
Yeah, yeah. That's my. I mean, my guys always take care of me, so yeah. Is
Yeah.
that like too? I don't know. Is there a different route? I can't see like trying to heal a whole my family. Like,
Well,
ooh,
it's not
that's a
that you
lot of
have the
work.
responsibility of healing your family. I'm just telling you how powerful it is to heal
Mm,
yourself. Because
mm.
once you're healed, then your cup is overflowing. Would you say right now, Carole, that your cup is half full, half empty, three quarters full, a quarter empty? What would you say your cup is at right now?
It's probably 2/3 to 3/4 full.
Okay.
Mhm.
Not your physical cup, Carol, but like your emotional cup.
Mm. I'm full. They're full. I got lots of them. They're in there. Yeah, it's
Okay.
full of emotions.
Would
Yeah.
you say that your life is so fantastic that your cup is overflowing? Or are there holes in your cup?
With emotions or just how great things are. Like, I mean, I don't have much to complain about. So,
Mhm, mhm,
I mean,
mhm.
everybody's got holes and things they can fill in. So,
Mm,
I'm not
mhm,
quite
mhm.
sure what you're asking.
Well, as far as like your energy, like
Mm.
maybe you've had a long week at work and then you don't want to do anything but lay on the couch because you're so exhausted. That's someone that doesn't have a cup that's full.
Oh, my energy is great. Always have plenty of energy. Like, I'm not a lay on the couch type of person. I'm not a nap on the weekends. Like,
Mhm,
I don't
mhm,
have
mhm.
time for that. Like, yeah, got plenty of energy and get up and go. And it's, but I don't. It sounds like it might be bad if it's overflowing. Like, it's
No,
the
no, no,
right,
no, no. That's what we
the right.
want. We want it to be overflowing. We
Mm,
want your energy to be constantly flowing through your body. We don't want any stuck energy.
mm,
And there might be some stuff that's stuck down in those hips. So that's all
mm,
I'm suggesting is by doing those, if the energy is overflowing and flowing through your body, then that's your friends, your family members are going to reap from that as well. Every time you're in their you're in their aura or around them. So I'm not
mm,
saying it's your responsibility to heal your family members. I'm just saying
mm.
through healing yourself, they are also going to benefit from that and it will help them in their own healing process.
I always thought it was not good to have my family members touching my hip area.
No, they're
But
not touching your
yeah.
hip area. I
Okay.
hope
Okay.
not.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think you're getting it. I think you're getting it a little bit. How are you feeling?
Um, I'm maybe a little optimistic. I don't know, but it seems like I'm not ready to take on the healing of my whole family. So that's kind of why I
I don't
moved so
want you to
far
worry
away
about your
from it.
family, just you. Are you
Oh,
committed to
oh.
healing yourself?
Um, I mean, I don't have any injuries or anything, so I feel pretty healthy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Does your heart feel whole?
yeah. My mom's
Does
the one with a heart problem, so it's like I'm my heart's great. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, what else is there anything else that's bothering you today, Carol? Is there anything
Mm.
else that I can do to serve you today?
Do you have suggestions of like when you meet somebody and then you find out it's the same pattern as before? That's where I find myself is that I've done all this work. I feel whole and healthy. My glass is full. I have great
Mhm.
friends and friendships and successful company I run and 15 years of being by myself and healing myself. And I'll meet somebody that I think is, oh, this is different. This is great. And 3 weeks in, it's like, nope, that's the same pattern. How do you meet different people? How do you
Mm.
Yeah, what's
So
where are
when
they at?
you're
Where
when you're
are they at
noticing
Walmart?
this pattern, I mean, they could be anywhere, but what are you doing when you notice this pattern? Are you stopping yourself or are you continuing to go, knowing that you're repeating the pattern?
Oh no, I can stop right away now. It used
Okay,
to be that
good.
I would date somebody, move in with them 2 years, and now it's just like, oh, 3 months in, and so it's like, oh, brakes on. This is the same thing. No, thank you. Bye. Bye bye.
Mhm.
Bye bye.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it's
Well, maybe you can start asking different questions from the jump.
hmm. What would those questions be? What should I ask? I'm gonna take some notes.
Do you have a criminal record?
Hmm.
What's your social security number?
So
And you can
that's
do
an
a background check.
is that a no? Like if they say they have a criminal record, that's a no then. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it sounds like that's what you don't want anymore.
Oh, I mean, that was just a pattern. I don't know that um um okay, so I should ask that on the first date maybe?
Yeah, maybe,
Okay. And then not date
Or
them
tell
anymore.
them or tell a little white lie and say that you're a probation officer or something and see how that makes them feel. Watch them
Oh,
sweat a little bit.
they probably would get extra hot
Or
and
you
try to
can say,
flirt with.
oh, here's an even better question. What's the craziest thing you've ever done?
All right. So the codependent men, how do I weed them out? They're the ones that on the first date they're just like, "Oh my god, that's my favorite too." They they
Mm,
they lie to try to pretend to be what they think I want, and that takes a
mhm,
while to figure out. Like the lies unravel about 3 months in, so I haven't figured out how
mm.
to get know that up front either. But
That is a tough one. I would first maybe lead the questions, lead the
mm,
interview. You ask all the questions first. What's your favorite pasta? Right? No,
yeah,
what's your favorite pasta? No, I asked you first. What's your favorite pasta?
where let's go to your favorite restaurant. There we go. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
You pick the
Good.
station on the radio. Let's see what you like.
Yeah, I want to get to know you. I want to see
Yeah.
what Zach is all about.
Yeah. Oh, Zach? Okay,
Well, I
Zach
don't
is
know,
are
maybe.
you psychic? Is that what his name is gonna be? I can't
I
think.
do have psychic abilities, but I'm not saying that's what his name is going to be.
Okay. All right.
But it did come to me. The spirits did bring that name to me. So,
Zach.
yeah.
I'm gonna go see if I can think of
Zachary,
Zach.
Zachariah.
Ooh, biblical. Okay, okay.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Yeah. So does that help, Carol? Does that help you?
It So much. I didn't know where this
Okay.
was going, and I thought I was gonna have to heal my family and let them touch my hips and stuff.
No,
And
no.
now Zachary, what do you like to eat? And what's your favorite pasta? And what's your favorite radio station? Zachary, you don't have a criminal record, right?
No, Zachary, what's the craziest thing you've ever
Okay,
done in your life?
craziest thing. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna put the notes on my phone, and I'll just like it'll just be off the cuff, like, hey, Zachary, what's up? What's the
Mhm.
craziest thing you've ever done? Is that
Yeah. What's the
okay?
craziest? Say that you're looking for a wild guy. You're looking for someone that's spontaneous. What's the
Oh boy.
craziest thing you've ever done? Better yet, ask him what's the top three craziest things he's ever done. You'll find out really quick who you're dealing with.
What's the most illegal thing you've ever done? Is that
Yeah.
oh,
When was
yeah.
the first time you broke the law? And you could say,
Yeah.
oh, when I was 6, I stole a big bag of Tootsie Rolls from the Dairy Mart, you know?
You know Dairy Mart? Did you grow up in Oregon too?
I did. I did grow up in Oregon. Yeah.
Oh my God, the reference. Okay, yeah. That's how my
Mhm.
mom and stepdad met. It was working at a Dairy Mart.
Oh, wow. That is amazing. Truly a love story.
Maybe I need to get a part-time job at a convenience store. Maybe my Zachary is going to be working there.
Maybe. You never
Yeah.
know. Look how optimistic you are. I love it, Carole. I love it. Well, Carole, thank you so much for chatting with me today and feeling safe to share your experiences. And I would love to see you back maybe in a couple months and see how things are going for you. Are you open for that?
Yeah, I've got to go find Zachary and then come back and report to you, and then because I'm gonna need to know what to do next.
Okay.
Like if he says
Okay.
he's stolen, a car or something, like is that really bad? Like
Well,
that's
I'm
what I have
always
to ask.
just a text away. So if
Okay,
you meet Zachary tomorrow, you can always just give me a call, okay?
okay.
So for all of our listeners and viewers out there, Carole, how can people find you?
Um, you can find me Keto Carol all over the socials. Yeah, Instagram and Facebook, also on YouTube. I've got a interview series on there, and yeah, that's the easiest way.
Awesome. And do you have any shows coming up where people can check you out and see if you've switched up your material?
I do in July. I'm going to be at Stir Crazy in Phoenix, Arizona, with on the Todd Royce and Friends show, and so that's a fun, exciting one coming up, and lots of little shows in between, but that's kind of one of the bigger ones. So
Wonderful,
now
wonderful.
share your parole record with me, and we'll segregate the audience accordingly. So
Great. Love it, Carole. Well, thank you again so much. And thank you, everyone, for watching and listening. And if you need some help, just send me a message and I'll be glad to give you the best advice I can. Be well and namaste.
how did that go out of I'm gonna give it like a 3.7 stars for this life coaching experience. I was a little confused in the beginning about like having to have my family touch my uh my hips and stuff like that, but you know what, like in the end I got some really practical advice, and so that like it I know exactly what to do, the steps to take. I've got the questionnaire now, and I think I'm really optimistic that things are going to turn out really well for me now. So yeah, I definitely recommend.
Oh my goodness. Carole, she is just a darling, darling young lady. And I think she's a bit in denial. I think she's a bit in denial. I think she knows. I think she knows what I mean but she plays this little game. I honestly think that she was just trying to see me crack, because that's what people like to do with those who are at peace and aware and conscious. But I do think that if I get her to trust me just enough, that she will open up a little bit more and get deeper. I'm gonna have to bring her over for some wine. I think that's gonna be the key. Bringing her over for some wine. The liquid courage. Not that I condone substance abuse, but just to inspire her a little bit.